Critical Hit, the Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you for joining us this week. Things were kind of serious after last time on InSpectres, on Critical Hit, but also on InSpectres, Boise.
Doink doink.
Yes, we returned to InSpectres.
More like dork.
And we had left off. Probably come back from the commercial break. It kind of does a quick recap of the previous situation. Showing,
Last time.
Steven's character, Jack Magnum.
Yep. I was... so there I was. There I was in the manager's office when I heard something behind me, and I wheeled around.
Yes, and you come face to face with a weird, misshapen, meaty, fungi creature as it comes lumbering towards you. I think I'm going to need you to make a stress roll. We'll make that a 2 die. So you roll 2 dice, and we'll take the worst.
Okay.
And all dice are d6 in this.
Yep. Oh, sorry, 6.
Oh, 5.
Oh, you said keep the worst one or keep the best one?
The worst one.
Oh, okay,
lower.
then a 5.
A 5. That's pretty good. Okay, with a 5, blase, no effect. You just don't care. You don't manage to net a cool point, but hey, it doesn't seem to shake you too much. So, as this thing is lumbering towards you, how do you respond?
Is it lumbering like slowly?
Yeah, I'd say it is kind of shambling towards you, very kind of shaky on its weird lumped together meat legs.
So it's still all meaty? Is that what it is?
It seems to be all constructed of various meats that are loosely held together by an orangish, you would guess, fungal thing going by previous.
Some fungal things going on too.
Mm.
And then in my confessional, I'm just looking at the camera and going, well, the first thing that went through my mind was, I'm certainly not going to be eating any hamburgers anytime soon. Second thing that went through my mind was, I got to get this camera crew out of here. So cut back to the live action. I'm like, run out the door. And I pick up a chair and I chuck it at the monster and try to clear a path as we get out.
Roll me athletics.
All right. That is also not a great one, but I think I'm going to borrow from, we've only got the one gym membership.
That's okay.
All right.
Yeah, go
Always
for
the
it.
bank.
That seems important.
Oh, yeah, I could go borrow from the bank.
Yep,
Might as well
true.
get from the gym membership first,
Okay.
considering that is specific.
All right,
Yeah,
and I rolled a
since
5.
bank can be anything. Ooh, wait, that was your last roll. All right, you haven't rolled yet.
No, this was my
Okay.
new roll. This is a 5. I rolled a 2, a 5, and a 3.
Let me refresh because I am not updating.
Yeah, the first time, for the first roll I rolled, I forgot to do a K1, so it was a 5 and a 6. So we went with a 5 on that one. And then I rolled again, 2d6, keep 1, which was a 2, and a 5, and then a 3 for my gym die.
That's a pretty good result. You get described result, net 1 franchise die.
I get the camera operator out of the room, and I rush past the thing, kind of pushing the chair up against it, kind of putting it up against the wall as I spin around, out the door, and I close the door, and I'm holding it tight and going, it's still here! It's still here! You guys, it's still here!
I got you, Professor! And she'll grab a I guess we were in the kitchen, so she'll grab one of those big I don't even know what they're called, the big wooden things that you put a pizza on in the oven.
Oh yeah,
And grab it and
pallet?
yeah, one of those big wooden paddles, and grab it and hold it like a you would have the big broad hockey stick, and then just rush into the manager's office and start trying to pound this thing.
All right, roll me athletics.
I have a 6.
Wow, that's another 2 franchise dice, and describe the result.
So yeah, basically, she pounds it into it starts trying to run away, but she just keeps hitting it, and the fungal stuff that was holding the structural integrity of the meat thing starts coming apart and oozing off and trying to form back together, and then she just keeps pounding it into a flat thing. But when there's once she's like finished pounding and like backs away, it's just like a pile of like meat and fungus, and then like something in the middle that looks like a woman's ring.
Ooh.
Is it still wiggling around?
Just like little bits, but like not trying to like pull itself back together anymore. Just
Okay.
like little bits of hamburger that it's just like twitching slightly.
So what kind of a restaurant is this, Brian?
Like I say, it's a kind of an old fashioned like malt shop and hamburger joint.
Oh, okay. So no flamethrowers just lying around.
I wouldn't say
Oh, okay.
so, but
No,
I mean,
but
you know, they
but
might
so-
have what's that?
Baked
Like for
Alaska.
bruleeing?
Pam or
Yeah.
Spaniel,
Yeah, maybe a blowtorch for getting the nice char on the meat.
ooh,
You
yeah.
might be
you
able
hear-
to fire up the grill and throw the thing on it.
yeah, exactly. Spaniel's got the oven pre-warming, and he's calling, "Bring it in here."
Oh my gosh! All right, who's gonna try
Cobb's
to
going
bring
to
it
run
in
in
there?
and try and do this. I think this will
Okay.
work. This will totally work.
All right, go ahead and roll me athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
You try to push the meat to.
Boy, I'm not really good at that. Let's see. We're gonna do it.
Wow. Okay.
6.
God darn, you guys are rolling good. So 6. That's another great result. Get 2 franchise dice and describe the result.
Okay, so you fired up the oven
Yeah,
or like the burners? Okay.
no, the oven.
Okay. So
Have to wait 6 to 10 minutes for it to get up to proper temperature there.
no, it's
Oh,
a
this is-
flame. It's one of those flame ovens. It's made out of
Yeah.
flame, like they have on
the Ruth's
the Hell's
Chris.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, a ludicrous, and he's turned it up to like 11 million degrees, right?
Oh yeah,
So Cobb's going to rush in and like grab the paddle from Lindsay and scoop the thing up and double-legged run across the room and just fling it into the oven. Slam the oven door shut.
Okay.
Probably,
I think
probably should have gotten the
you
ring out of there.
slam it shut. You all of a sudden hear a horrid scream, one that's not too inhuman. I think everyone go ahead and roll 2 stress dice with the various revelations and with this whole situation going on.
Is that
Two
2d6?
stress?
Yeah, 2d6. Take the worst. Drop 1.
4
Or
I don't know how to roll actual dice.
/R.
Yeah, I know. I'm a
Okay.
goofball.
Take the worst or the better?
the worst
The
one
wor-
on
the
stress
worst.
rolls.
So the higher number.
The lower.
The lower
lower-
number.
Okay.
All right. So I believe. All right. So who all got what? Steven, you got a 4?
I got a 4.
All right. Well, the 4, not too bad. You're annoyed. Suffer a 1 die penalty to your next skill roll.
So does
but
that go
that's
down
just-
as a stress?
It's it's just a 1 to your next one, so just
Okay.
like 1 forward, not an ongoing reduction.
Okay.
And Norville, you got a 1.
Cobb got a 1.
Cobb got a 1. So
Yeah, I
you
got a
get
1
a
too.
complete and total nuclear meltdown. Lose your cool. You haven't netted any yet, and lose a number of skill dice equal to the number of stats. So only 2 dice. So basically, choose 2 of your stats that would be appropriate here, and reduce them by 1 or 1 stat by 2. Your choice.
Permanently?
Well, until you spend franchise dice to heal them back, basically.
It's probably going to make me slower and dumber, so I'm going to drop in athletics and in academics.
So a little bit shakier and not as quick on your feet.
A little bit shakier and a lot more panicky.
A lot more panicky. Fair enough. Mike Borbola also got a 1. So similar result. Drop 2 of your stats by 1 or 1 of them by 2.
Okay. Yeah, this probably makes Mike go to his happy place. I'll drop his contacts by 2.
And Spaniel and Lindsay also got 3s. So you basically both are also taking -1 on whatever your next die roll is.
All right, I'll take -1 to my academics.
Well, you just basically whatever you roll next. You
to whatever my next roll is. Okay,
yeah,
so
you don't
okay.
actually.
I get it. Sorry.
Oh no,
Yeah.
sorry, you're right. On the 3s, you both lose 1 from a stat. So yeah, choose 1. So academics, as
Yep.
you're a little bit rattled by this. And Lindsay, what are you gonna take the hit in?
Yeah, I'll take it in. I'll also take it in academics. I like the idea of like just being rattled.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so after a short while, the screaming dies away.
Can I say, go into the light?
Sure.
Go into the light.
She's in a flame oven, dude.
Exactly. She can. There's light
She's
right there,
already
all
in the
around her. It's beautiful. This is perfect. Go into the light.
This is really messed up, you guys.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. And I hold up the ring that I found, or that Lindsay found.
Yeah, I think that guy totally like Sweeney Todded his wife. Not cool.
Yeah. I look at the ring. Is there any kind of inscription or anything? Is there any kind of? Can we tell who the owner might be? Is there a J on there? To Julia, my wife, my love, the owner of the
If
Rusty
found, please
Stowe.
return to.
Love the owner of the Rusty Stowe meatpacking plant. It's a very tiny script all the way around.
90020.
Let's see.
Hold it up to the fire and see if the writing shows up.
I'd probably say that you just have a W plus J and year.
Okay.
1865.
Does
No,
it,
probably 90.
from my investigation of the meatpacking plant and the guy who lost his wife, is there anything in there that says what year they were married?
Sure, we'll say that matches that year.
Okay. Guys, this
We'll
is
say 94, just for the heck of it.
this is the year that William and Julia were married. I think this is her ring. I think that was her. I
Cut
think
to
I'm going to be
Cobb in
sick.
confessional, looking directly in the camera, saying, "That's what I call cured meat." It's a bad moment, but it had to be done.
It did not.
It
They
did.
had to shoot
With a
it
musical
several
stinger
times.
Because we're on the Sci-Fi Channel.
It's like okay,
Sorry.
let's just do it free flow. Let's just do it free flow. You just like something else. What else? That's a spicy meatball. What else?
The cat can have a little bit of wife.
Yeah, little bit of wife as a treat. Yep.
This mission is well done.
Yeah, perfect. One of those will work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work.
This is what happens when you have like a critical mass of like video producers on a on a show.
Well, I think everybody is rattled by what they've seen, and so this helps recenter us. Thank you, Hot Mike.
Keep rolling.
I think either our next stop is the police or our next stop is the meatpacking plant.
The narrator says, "Meanwhile, as they go to the meatpacking plant."
I don't think the police are going to just accept a random ring that we found. I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah, and the police
Do a
would
little
be
bit more
prepared
legwork.
for angry ghost, anyways.
I mean, is this
So-
murder?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know anything. I mean, she kind of just simply, fallen into a grinder or something. And-
Okay, true. Let's go to the meatpacking plant.
Well, but do we know enough?
Yes, let's go to the meatpacking.
Let's go to the meatpacking and then ask some questions, and we'll see where it goes.
It's a 47-minute program, and we're syndicated.
Yes, and we've only got 35 minutes left.
All right. To the
We're moving up
meatpacking
to the
plant.
second commercial break.
Yes. So another quick travel montage as you guys drive out to the country a bit and pull in. There's a nice wooden sign overhead with old westerny word burnt letters announcing Stowe Meat Packing Plant. rusty stow. And as you start pulling in, there's like a main office there. There seems to be the factory floor to the left. I'd say it's pretty late in the evening. A lot of workers have gone home.
So is the plant closed? Is it gated up? Is it spooky? Is this one of those things where the fog is on the ground and the full moon is rising?
Is it the old abandoned meatpacking plant?
Did you say old abandoned twice?
Yes, I did.
Sure, we'll say it's all spooky, and there's all the atmospheric stuff. It's
like it's not, but for the show, they're like blue filtering it.
Yeah,
Right.
no, they added
They're
in some,
shooting.
like, fog
They're shooting
machines.
day for night.
It's definitely day for night.
And adding like CGI fog rolling across the parking lot.
some wolf howls in there, and yes.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
For some reason, a kookaburra.
Definitely.
And there you are. Where do you guys want to check out, or how do you wish to proceed here?
Do we have a way to enter legally, or are we going to have to?
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely not.
I'll go around and check if a lot of the times these places just have like big vents that lead to the outside for ventilation. So I'll go check if anything like that is like open.
Kind of want to ask for a technology roll, but I'm wondering if that's stretching it there, looking for ventilation.
I mean, if they're heavy and I need to lift it, that could be athletics.
I'll let you do an athletics. I guess you're not carrying one forward of negative, right? Just the one.
Yeah, no, my contacts are 0 right now.
Oh, okay. Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah, go get me to talk to something.
All right, roll me athletics, and we'll see where that leads.
Can I do a confessional scene?
Okay.
Before he does that?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So it's just me staring into the camera, or it's Spaniel, and Spaniel says, "Fortunately, I remembered that Hot Mike had a camera crew following him, and stopped him before he committed a felony."
Fair enough.
And then me going, Mike, let's not while these guys are here, at least.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
We need a different plan, guys.
I mean, do you still go do that?
And I just kind of do a straight, oh, I'm so tired. I think we should all go home and get some sleep. Don't you, camera crew? Oh.
Yeah, let's call it a night. Yeah. They have their own van, right?
Yeah.
So there's like from off camera a kind of like crunching noise, and it's just like, oh, this door was just open.
I'll allow it.
Completely wide open, you guys.
Ignore the splintering of the frame.
Yep. It's just like some kicking of yeah, exactly, splinters, and like hiding of like something back in her pocket. Although if you want me to roll any type of athletics or technology roll to actually have done that.
Roll me technology.
Okay.
Kick in a door?
Jam it. Well, are you gonna kick in, or are you jamming it open? You said you had a thing.
Yeah, I'll have tried to basically used what would be a good thing to actually use to jam open in the door? Like have grabbed the tire, what's it called? A crowbar from the van.
Iron.
Yeah, exactly, or a tire iron or something from the van to undo it. So I will roll you technology.
Okay. Well, not too bad. So you do get a success, but you do have to include a embarrassing or failure mixed result.
How about I'm covered, my hands are covered in oil from having futz around with the tools to get the wrench.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind for the future. All right, so yeah, you open the door and announce it as you did, as mentioned before.
Concerned citizens should go make sure that everything is safe in that factory.
Absolutely. No one broke in here, right?
I mean,
Everyone's fine.
Somebody could have broken in here, certainly not us.
We should
we're
make
here to
sure
help
that
you.
no one has broken in.
Should make sure everything is safe. So we go in.
All right. So you going into the main floor of the factory, or where you
Wherever this door leads us, GM.
Well, yeah, I'll say that basically you start going into the factory. Basically, the main floor there. Basically, conveyors to either side with chains and whatnot for the moving and dismembering of parts. You basically find what seems to be interesting congregation of robed individuals who suddenly halt their work, whatever that may be, and kind of lurk your way, start shocked and surprised to see other people here and the whole camera crew following them.
I turn to the camera and say, "See, it's a good thing we came in here."
What kind of robes are they wearing?
We'll say red robes with a gold fringe. There's one that has a pointy hood in front as he kind of points and says, "Get him!" And all of a sudden you have a crew of robed individuals running your way.
InSpectres, we'll be right back.
Well, I wasn't expecting a sort of Spanish Inquisition.
No one expects a Spanish Inquisition. So we come back. Anybody want to do a confessional to start us off? Nobody?
Holy crap, you guys. These robed guys came out of nowhere.
Oh, man, there's got to be some good confessional somebody can do, right? I've got nothing.
All right. I guess we just all come back. If this were on the DVD collection, it would be that weird, here's the angle, the music swells, and then it goes to black, and then it comes back from a slightly different angle, and the music swells back up, and it's this really weird transition.
Yeah, it's definitely, when it comes back, like parts of it are some sort of like weird reenactment, because the first thing that happened is somebody like tackled the camera guy.
That's great.
So it's just camera shaking wildly.
I kicked that guy. Not the camera guy, but the guy who tackled the camera guy.
Oh,
I've got my confessional.
Okay.
All right. So it's Spaniel. He's staring into the camera, and he says, "I thought we were done for when those crazy robed people started running toward us. Fortunately, it was then that I saw the killing gun. You know, the gun that they use to take the cows out.
oh no.
Oh, no.
I wasn't any good with it, but Lindsay was standing right there, and I handed it to her."
Oh no.
Sweet.
So you're handed a killing gun by Spaniel.
Oh my god.
those bolt guns.
She's like, whoa, that's dark. I'm not No Country for Old Men in this situation. But she'll like grab it and like shoot the ground to make like a really loud noise, and then kick a guy in the shins.
Fair enough. Roll me athletics.
Terrible.
4 again. So again, mixed result. You can describe a success, but include humorous or a bit of failure.
All right, so like let's say that we're going to get the comeuppance on that being all oiled from the last time. So she fires the thing, makes a loud noise, kicks the guy in the shins, and then the gun slips out of her hands, and like the cord kind of like gets wrapped around her leg, and she also takes a tumble.
Ooh, ouch. Go ahead and roll me one stress die
Okay.
and see how bad you land. Well, not at all. Okay, so with the 6,
Wow.
you actually land pretty well, and you take a point of cool, which
Oh, sweet.
basically acts as stress armor, or you can
Nice.
also burn cool dice to add 2 rolls as well.
So she like slips, but somehow lands even cooler than she had intended. Like in like one of those cool like fighting ninja crouches.
All of which
Nice.
happens while the camera guy's down.
Right. But
All
we
right.
have
I'm gonna have
the
to tell the reenactor. It's like it happened exactly like this. It was super cool.
Hey, Brian,
Yes.
how do your talent things work?
Well, if you can apply it to a roll, you get to add a die.
Okay.
You just have to.
I would like to try and apply it to a role because the talent that I chose, and I don't think I've said it, and we've been playing the game for like 7 years now, is jewelry rigging.
Okay.
So I would like to grab that clearly air-powered gun that was handed to Lindsay, and I'm going to pull the gun part off, and I'm going to take the compressed air tube, and I'm going to quickly whip something up that will just like blow dirt or something into the faces of the oncoming attackers, so as to blind and or disorient them. And it's all going to be really cool, and it's going to be something. You're going to have like a cool montage music in the back. Yeah, and it's going to like shoot. You know what it could do? It could shoot some sort of grease or something into their face. Something that would be really cool in the reenactment.
Fair enough. Yeah, roll me a technology and see how well that goes.
Okay, so I get to add a die. Is that correct?
Yep.
If I'm using my talent, so my input value is then a die.
1.
1.
And you get a 5. That's
I get a 5.
That's another franchise dice, and you get to describe a good result.
Have we decided how many guys there are?
I'd
Not
say
exactly.
probably about 6.
6? Okay, that's what I was thinking. So one of them, tripped and fell down, clearly. So I'm gonna spritz several, up to 5, your discretion, of the remainders in the face with a mixture of dust and grease, and whether it's meat grease or machine grease. Actually, it's probably a little of both. It's a meat packing plant. Those things just kind of mix together, right in their faces to blind and disorient them.
Yeah, I say you quite successfully do that. They kind of stumble back as they kind of pawn and covering their faces and eyes and trying to clear the grease and grit that had been blown into their faces.
And meanwhile, I see a big long chain, one of those chains that they use to drag the meat around.
Mm-hmm.
And I grab it and I whip it run away all the way around these guys who are all kind of standing close together. And I take the hook on the end and I chain them up so that they're all together in a tight bundle. And then I say, "Hit it, Spaniel." And hopefully Spaniel's able to push a button to haul them up into the air.
I push it.
Well, I think
Yeah.
Give me an athletics roll to see if you can lasso
so
them all. With...
How do I add the -1 onto this?
Can you put -1 in that little window? That's a good question. Or you can just
oh, you know what?
Reduce it.
I'm going to borrow from the bank, so I don't have to. So I don't have to.
Well, you need
be
to
sure
keep
to roll the bank dice separate, because depending on what you roll there.
right. Okay, so I'm going to roll athletics. So how would I add a -1 and then a +1?
You don't have to. See how there's like 1 out of 1?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I just rolled
Sure,
my
I got it.
contacts.
I
I
got
have
it.
0 out of 2, so it rolled 0 dice. So if you just temporarily subtract from that first box,
It doesn't matter.
that should
I
do
got a 1.
Ooh, so you're whipping around a chain with a hook on the end.
Oh God!
Oh. Meeny, miny, mo. Oh boy. Yeah, I feel like this just has to. I feel like it's most humorous to me if Hot Mike gets hooked when you're trying to whip that around. So,
Yeah, that's
Hawk
fun.
Mike, go ahead and roll me 2 stress dice and see basically how much meat this actually catches.
Okay.
3.
3.
So with the 3, you do have to reduce related skill by 1 die.
I'll reduce. What do you think? Athletics or technology?
I feel like athletics, unless you've got a good way that you feel you can apply that to technology.
I mean, it's somebody's gonna get. If I'm getting hooked by this, I'm also gonna get lifted by some sort of mechanism. So, like either one, I can take it from athletics.
Yeah, I think athletics is probably more applicable there.
Okay.
And I did already say that I was pressing the button, didn't I?
I think so. Yeah.
You did.
So you're pressing the button?
I think I probably turned my back to the situation to find the button and then just pressed it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
I feel like we'll just tie that in as more that double snake eye or the snake eye result that Steven rolled, and Hot Mike is starting to become a boom mic as he's lifted into the air.
Oh, so none of the bad guys are in that pile?
No, I don't think you managed to get any of them.
Oh man.
Yeah, maybe if you had rolled like a 4 or a 3, you would have gotten some of them. But no, you got all party.
Yay.
So, Hot Mike is being winched up.
Hang in there, Hot Mike. Turn it off. Turn it off.
I'll hit the button again.
All right, roll me technology.
Oh
God.
My technology's a 1. Hang on.
Do you want to try a bank?
Oh, do we have a... Yeah, I'm going to use the credit card. Yeah, all right.
No, the
Actually,
bank.
Steven, did you roll the 1 on the bank die?
I did roll the 1 on the bank die.
Oh,
so that this would be our last.
There are no bank dice.
No. There were 2, and I took 1 away already.
Yeah, I'm taking this off the credit card. Yeah.
Bank dice are different, though. If you roll a 1 when trying to roll a bank dice, lose all dice in the bank. Account overrun.
Oh, no. That's bad.
Yep. Yeah. That's what Brian was talking about, the negative result.
Oh, okay.
Yikes. All right.
That's okay. Currently, we have 15 franchise dice.
It's our last episode, though.
I got a 4 on my roll.
That's not terrible.
That's pretty good. Again, you get to describe a generally positive result, but do have to include failure effect or humorous result in that.
Okay, well, so it doesn't bring Hot Mike down, but he's within arm's reach of a catwalk, so it looks like he can probably pull himself up.
Sounds fair to me.
Okay.
Can pull himself up and get enough slack where he can pull out the hook that probably got him good in like the shoulder back area. He's kind of bleedy and hurt, but not too bad. And so he's up there on the catwalk. And so you still got the group coming in. I think they're probably closed in now and swinging. Let's say everyone who's still on the floor, go ahead and give me a 1 die roll of stress as we see how effectual they are with their... Ooh, Steven.
Yeah, I know, right? I was too busy watching Mike, and I get socked right in the jaw. My Boise Hawks hat goes flying off.
All right, so Cobb managed to get a 4. So on a 4, this seems to be the best result. You suffer a 1 die penalty to your next skill roll. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Lindsay got a 3, so she loses a die from an appropriate skill.
Yeah, can I use that cool ablative to not do that?
Oh, actually, yeah, you wouldn't have had to roll because cool just kind of acts as stress armor. So.
Oh, okay. So I lose the cool then?
No, you don't lose the cool. You actually
sweet.
maintain
I just have
the cool.
It in general for stress for like what for the rest of this episode, or
You're
yeah, well, just
that cool.
until you can only cap
Yeah.
out at 3 cool as a normal person. But
Also, you can use it on any roll pretty much.
gotcha.
So
But while I have it, I can't be stressed.
well, you
that mount.
reduce stress by 1.
Got it.
Or by
Neat.
whatever your cool is, but since it's 1, it's 1. So you don't actually have to roll for 1 stress check that I subjected you all to. So that's all good. Spaniel rolled a 2, so you're frazzled. You lose 2 dice from an appropriate skill or 1 die from 2 skills.
All right, I will lose another die from academics and 1 because I'm losing my kind of mental capacity here, and I'm going to also twist a severe twist of an ankle, so I'll lose 1 from athletics.
And Stephen actually kind of comes off a little bit better. He did roll a 1. I believe you don't have any cool to lose. Is that correct?
No, I have no cool.
All right. Well, that would have hurt, but since you didn't, you only lose 1 die since that was the die roll of stress. So
Okay.
lose 1 die from one of your skills.
I'm going to lose 1 from contact because I'm
Okay.
sure Hot Mike is mad at me now.
Fair enough. And you're also looking pretty beat up and disheveled at this point. So that makes it a little bit harder for social smoozings. So you're all in a fracas now as they're swinging and punching at you. Luckily, they didn't seem to have any ritualistic daggers in hand. But yeah, there seems to be a pretty general fracas going on. Anyone want to result or respond?
Yeah, I'll try to like grab one of them, the one that was like coming at me by the robes, and just like tackle him to the ground.
Okay, roll me athletics. Ooh, a 6. 2 franchise dice and describe a overwhelmingly positive result.
So I'll tackle him to the ground, and he'll actually have turned out to be the leader of it, and like that makes like the rest of them uneasy to see them go down, and they kind of like back off a little bit.
Ooh, pull his hood off. Let's see who he is.
Old Man Weathers.
Rusty Snow.
William Still, yes. Yeah, you can basically do that. I think basically at this point, with that, you can basically get him to back down as you do unhood William Stoll, owner of the Rusty Stoll meat packing plant here. And there you are.
So, what is the meaning of this?
I was trying to gain immortality. My wife was the first. She had come down with a wasting illness, and I tried to grant her immortality. Those that would consume her she would live on in them and eventually assume their being.
That is the grossest way of coming up with immortality I've ever heard of.
I've tried to find better
considering
ways.
that thing you did with the table, that's pretty impressive.
That was just death.
I'm still mad about that. Sorry, Brian. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, yeah, I think that's generally he basically spills all, makes a pretty good rap. I assume that at some point the authorities are actually called.
I would
Yeah.
hope
Oh, yeah.
so.
I
I'm
think
sure
we'll
they.
beckon the camera crew to like tape his confession and then call it in.
The
Yes.
Boise PD. Their camera crew is much less professional.
Yeah, their show
By the
just got canceled though, so
Yeah, Boise PD. Doink doink.
So yeah, basically the show wraps up basically saying that William Stoll is in prison 30 years without parole. His associates are also all in various prisons as well. You find out that ultimately the Purple Moose shuts down and is eventually reopened under new management, as basically the story ends up becoming something of a tourist attraction, and they make displays of Rusty Stole cultist and basically make merchandising off of that.
Yeah. And in his final confessional, Cobb is like, "So yeah, I'm a vegetarian now."
And then you go out into the main area where everybody sits, and I'm just sitting there, hat on my head, thinking, deep thoughts, until somebody interrupts me.
Love those ceiling tiles.
Yeah, man. Here's the thing. We don't know how much of her got shipped out and to where they got shipped out to. To be continued.
So Spain. Oh, okay. All
Dun
right,
dun
that's good.
dun.
Yeah.
Smash cut
Grossest
to a different
episode of Critical Hit
Spectres
ever.
agency getting a phone call.
Yeah. Hey, my husband's been acting really weird. I don't understand what's going on. So what do you guys think? Is that the end, Brian? What do we need to do now?
That session. Well, from here, we can go through cleanup. Basically, you can respin franchise dice to cards, and basically spend vacation for any of your agents that need to heal up. Basically.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah,
the head office calls and said we could all take a week's vacation, so we could heal
depending
up.
it basically is supposed to be kind of like a sliding scale, depending on how beat up you are.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna need 3 weeks.
Well, if you got 4 or 5 skill dice lost, 2 weeks vacation to heal up.
I only lost 1. So
none of this would have happened if I
basically you can sleep it off
on the
after
weekend.
a day. And
okay. Now, do we have to spend franchise dice to heal ourselves, or the franchise dice go back into refilling our cards and our bank account?
Yes.
You have to spend to get back the skill dice that were lost through stress. And like I say, there is a time agent, management there. If basically if we are going to do an ongoing game, certain agents may not be available. You can have kind of a rotating cast that way.
Yeah, sure.
And then any that are remaining can go back into the franchise cards.
So we needed 14 to win,
mm-hmm.
right? We had 17. So that means 3 get to go back?
Well, no, you get those 17.
Oh, okay.
You have to get all 17.
Oh, okay. So we can just
subtract how many ever.
So we can use those to replenish the bank and replenish
the
library card. And
so in a sense, we had 17. We spent 5 throughout the game. So does that mean we have 12 now?
No.
If we wanted
forget
to
about the ones during the game.
Things,
we have 17 dice. That's what we have.
Right, but we have a overdraft bank account. Our gym membership is basically expired.
Right, but I don't think we have to rebuild those or put those back exactly where they were. So it's a choice.
We could spend those 17 and put like 5 in the bank, 6 on the gym.
Right, but we would also have to spend dice in order to give people vacation. Is that not correct?
Yes.
So
to heal back the stress.
Yeah. Right. If Lindsay needs a week vacation, or if Lindsay needs extra time, then we're going to have to spend a die on that. And I'm pretty sure that Hot Mike is gone bye-bye.
Has he?
Hot Mike is definitely. If InSpectres gives him vacation, he's going to spend that time working his butt off to pay the hospital bills.
How many stress die did you end up taking there, Rodrigo?
3.
Just 3? Okay.
Yeah, I lost 3 points and stuff.
Yeah, so basically you'd have to spend 3 points on that. The game would basically say you're out of work for 3 days. It'd take a long weekend, and you can be patched up. And
when you say 3 points, would that be 3 of our
17
collective die?
Yeah.
So
yes.
So
Rodrigo needs 3. I need 3.
So okay, that's 6.
I need 2, so that's
7, 8. Sam, how many do you need?
Just 1.
Okay, so we don't need to spend any on that because Brian, didn't you say we just sleep it off over the weekend?
Well, no, you still spend a die to heal it up, and then
so 10. So we now have 7 dice that we can use to replenish our areas.
And we used 5. Is that correct? 6. No,
it doesn't really
five.
matter what you use.
Yeah, we have 7 now that we can add on to these because those other dice are gone for good. So we have
Right.
7 that we can distribute. How do you guys want to distribute?
I mean,
We
you still
definitely
got
wanna
one on the credit card and the public library that
Yep.
are still there,
Yep.
and so you basically ultimately have 9.
Yeah.
How about
So-
put one back on the gym and one back each on the card and the library?
Okay.
Why don't we do 2 on the gym and then have 3 in the bank? So we'll have 2 on each of our specific resources and then 3 banked.
All right. Hey, our little budding franchise is off to a good start.
Was apparently, yes, pretty successful and probably well publicized adventure for this particular branch of inspectors.
It would have gone much quicker with a PKE meter. That's all I'm saying.
Well, maybe you spin some of that.
Would
Everybody
have gone
gets,
quicker. Then we wouldn't have
Yeah,
had enough
much
for a second episode. It would
We'd
have been
go
like,
in,
oh, the
we'd find that the
restaurant. It
refrigerator
turns
was
out the
glowing.
mystery is completely here in this restaurant. We win.
I was a little afraid of that, honestly.
I'm really actually very worried about the new Whataburger and where they've been sourcing their meat.
well, that's what that's why Jack or what's his name, Jack Magnum was sitting there going, "Huh, where did all that extra meat get shipped off to?"
It's like the inverse of that Buffy episode with the old lady that like eats the burger workers' brains.
Yep. So what did everybody think? Brad, this is the first time you've got to play with all of us in this group. Now, Rob is not part of this episode, but what'd you think?
Rob's not one of us. Rob's
Nice.
I had a good time, by golly. Although it was weird. It was kind of weird to kind of co-opt the story, from a player
that was one of the
standpoint.
things in between episodes. That's one of the things that I had said too. But Rodrigo, you seem to think that that's not a big deal.
Nope, that's the point. I strongly suspect that that's why Brian chose this particular thing, is because it you'd have to do less planning if you can just collectively source the narrative to the players. And as players, it's a lot of fun to have that control, assuming you're the sort of player that's, into that sort of thing. But we hardly have any hams in this show.
Well, not anymore. They all got that gross
It's all beef.
fungal all
It's all-
over it and turned into that lady. Gross.
Wow.
Sam, what'd you think? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. I like the concept a lot, and the flavor is really fun. I thought everyone's characters were really enjoyable. I am always a little bit nervous about having narrative things where like so much of the narrative is placed on the characters, because you can get things going in like very different directions.
Yeah.
But I think that we all like work together pretty well to keep it on a reasonable track.
You've played Fiasco, right, Sam?
I did not actually play Fiasco.
Oh, okay. Because Fiasco, to me, this felt like there's a lot of Fiasco in this game. The big there's many differences. But one of them, of course, is the black and white dice that you distribute and how that, adds to or detracts from whether you win or fail in the piece, in the scene. But there's a lot of, I kind of have that vibe where this is very open. Let's all tell a story. Let's improvise. And then occasionally we've got these dice that we roll that will determine the outcome or change the story completely. So yeah, I really had a lot of fun with this. Matthew, what about you?
Oh, I love collaborative storytelling. I mean, when we did the Fate of the Modern City Fate game, those first couple of scenes where we were all collaborating to put together the setting, that's the bread and butter for me. So I love the fact that this game, allows Brad to say, and then this happens, and then Brian gets to deal with it. I think that's a challenge for a game master, and it's a lot of fun as a player.
Yeah. Brian, what'd you think about this? I mean, you're the one that picked the game out. Did it play out the way you thought it would? Were there things that you were hoping we would do or hoping that we wouldn't do that either added to or detracted from your fun of being a GM?
I mean, I think basically the main thing that I came with is that it was a lot of fun. It definitely seemed like you guys were all rolling pretty darn well, at least early on. I should have maybe had a bit more stress prompts to try to even that out. Like maybe with the reveal of the fingernail, that maybe should have been at least like a die stress.
Yeah,
and-
to kind of freak
You want to
people out.
torture us more?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
kinda-
knew as soon as we started talking that there's like, yep, cannibals.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting necessarily that route. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of planning if I got more narrative pull in this whole mess to more of a demon cow situation.
Oh, nice.
That also sounds awesome.
That would be
But,
good. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely went a little bit of a different route than I had planned, but it's fun.
All right. Listeners, what did you think of this InSpectres? How many of you have played this game before or have participated or listened to or watched someone else play InSpectres before? How'd we do? Use the comment section over at Major Spoilers or use our Discord channel where you guys can talk this up all you want and maybe let us know. Do you want to see next week's episode of InSpectres? Do you want to see what happens in the coming months and years as this series grows older and older? And the franchise continues to expand all across the United States. Maybe there will be an InSpectres in Spokane if there's not already one, or InSpectres Phoenix. I'm sure there's already one in Phoenix. That's a big
Peoria.
city. Peoria,
It's actually in Scottsdale.
Cucamonga, InSpectres
nothing is
Walla
actually-
Walla, Washington. It could all happen.
Urbana
Just let us know.
Champaign.
Yeah. Let us know. Discord or
InSpectres, Bethlehem,
podcast at
Pennsylvania.
majorspoilers.com. Thank you, Brad, for sitting in with us this week. Hope you had a lot of fun. Maybe we'll bring Brad back in the future, or maybe not. Let us know. But until then, let's hope that all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.